What's up, friends? You're watching B-Boy 45. My name is Chris down here in the Seacrest studio. We have a fun Wednesday coming your way, and it's starting off with a lot of fun. And our friend Maya. Maya, are you there?
Hi.
Hi, Maya. How are you doing today?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good, but I think you're doing great. Why are you doing great today?
Because Michaela Watkins is calling in.
We got Michaela Watkins on the Zoom. That's awesome. Michaela, welcome.
Hi. Oh, what a wonderful round of applause. Out. Whoa. Yes, chanting.
All right, Maya, take it away, my friend.
Okay, so first of all, I'm so excited to be talking to you. So thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm a new fan, but a big fan. I've been creeping on you and watching your YouTubes, and you're wonderful. You're like the Barbara Walters of our time.
Do
you know who she is? Are you too young? She was on The View, but before that, she was like this hard-hitting celebrity reporter, and she would have these like long, really personal, very intimate discussions with celebrities, big stars, and they would cry a lot.
So my first question for you is, who or what inspired you to start acting?
Oh, that's such a great question. And you'd think I would have an answer, locked and loaded and ready, because probably been asked that a lot. But I'm going to answer it very authentically to you and tell you that my parents exposed me to Saturday Night Live when I was very, very young, probably too young to be watching Saturday Night Live. But I saw one of the original cast members was this woman named Gilda Radner. And she was so funny. And if you have spare time, you should look up her videos. Like they have obviously archived many of her videos, many of her segments and sketches on SNL. And I just felt like she spoke to my soul. I was like, I want to do that. I want to make people laugh. And I like to make my family laugh. My family was, they had their own dramas going on. And so every time I could get my family rolling felt like such a nice vacation from sort of the stresses of our lives,
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, so you are so funny. Are there any comedians that haven't influenced your work?
I mean, so many. It's like, I don't even know where to begin. But I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it was like whatever I was exposed to, when I was growing up, and what my friends and I just found really funny. And often like the women that were in front of your face being really funny were like Carol Burnett, and the Carol Burnett show was just like, it was sort of not unique now, but at the time it was so unique to have this woman playing all these characters and looking like a lunatic. And have you ever watched the I Love Lucy show?
No.
Oh, I got a whole playlist for you. I Love Lucy is like, it's in black and white. I mean, it's like the original, but she was the real glass ceiling breaker, because she was like the first woman to really be doing what she was doing on TV. There were women who were doing it in like comedy clubs all over the place, like these vaudevillian little playhouses, but she was the first, and I would grow up, watching these reruns of this old show. And so from her, but then, I have friends who are comedians, like really wonderful, amazing comedians. And they inspire me all the time. I just love sitting around and doing bits with them, just hanging out over dinner. So I feel like being around really funny people generates more comedy, and you feel relaxed to play different voices. I'm sure you have friends that you're very, very, very silly with, and friends that you're kind of more professional with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your friends who you're really silly with, then you get to really discover a sort of, parts of yourself. Like, I don't know. I don't know why Nick Kroll just jumps to mind. I'm assuming you know and love him. And
Yeah.
Don Mulaney, and but people like Jason Mantzoukas and so many women. I don't know if you ever watched the show Playing House, but Jessica Sinclair and Lennon Parham are the funniest duo you'll ever see.
Yeah. I love that show.
Such a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and John Mulaney are like my favorite comedians. So
Get out of town. That's such crazy high praise. I don't know what to say. I would have dumped this water on my head. If I was really committed, I would do it, but I chickened out. But I give you this rose.
Oh, thank you. So you played Lucy in The New Adventures of Old Christine, and that is one of my all-time favorite shows. Was it hard not to break character because the writing was so funny?
The writing is so amazing. Carrie, who creates the show and writes the show, is a gem. And I was so lucky that I got to do it. And I think I probably would have done more, but right at that moment, I have kind of a really fun story about that. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I came on just as a guest star, just like supposed to be like a one-off and just maybe 1 or 2 episodes, but I play Hamish's crazy patient. She's like a little unhinged. But then we got along like such a house on fire that they wrote in, more episodes. And, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who is a goddess, let's be honest. When you ask like what comedians influenced me, she's the top of the heap, but we realized that we sort of look alike, and so they started to Carrie Leiser started to write that into the thing. And so it was and it was weirding Hamish's character out because his girlfriend looked just like his sister that he has this, strange relationship with, where it's like they have no boundaries and all that kind of stuff. And I was shooting the show, and we at the time pre-COVID, it was live audience, not live, but an audience, and you're taping the show. And because there was such a big cast, they put my dressing room really far away. And I had my cell phone, but I didn't have a charger on set with me. My charger for my cell phone was in my dressing room. And I was getting a call from Lorne Michaels of Saturday Night Live that they were hiring me for the show. But every time I went to my phone, because it kept dying, I had like a really bad battery in my phone, I would miss a call from him. So I would call him back and I would get the switchboard at NBC and they would say, "Oh, he's in a meeting. Can I have him call you back?" And I was like, "Okay." And I would hang up the phone and then somebody would knock on my door and go, "We need you on set." And I would go, "Okay." And I would go to set and then do the scene and come back and there'd be a missed call from Lorne Michaels. And I'd be like, "Hello, it's Michaela. I'm calling Lorne Michaels back." I didn't know why. I didn't know what he wanted. Maybe he wanted to borrow $5. I have no idea. So I kept calling back. We were playing phone tag all night long. Right before curtain call, he's like, "How would you like to come be on the show?" My head explodes. I have to now go to curtain call on the stage. Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I said the S. Can't say the S. She was a cast member on SNL like years before. And she was super young when they hired her, and I was super old when they hired me. And so it kind of, anyway, but I said to her, I was in such shock. And as I was coming out and the whole audience is clapping, and I looked at her in the eye and I go, she was the first person I told. She was the very first person I told. I go, "I think I just got hired on SNL." And she went, "What?" And then grabbed my hand and we turned around and we did a bow to the audience and, hugged me. And she was like, "We should have a drink and, celebrate." And I was like, "I have to be on a plane in 3 hours and move to New York. I have 2 cats. What am I going to do?" But that moment is just like this little golden orb in my memory brain.
Oh, that's so cool. So you're going to be in the upcoming season of Search Party,
Uh-huh.
and I also really love that show. What drew you to this project?
Um, well, I love that you love that show. I love that you love that show. That show is so funny. That
Yeah.
show, I did the third season, which did air on HBO Max, but they're getting ready. I think they're getting ready actually to launch their fourth season, which looks wicked funny. But I weirdly, this is such a crazy coincidence, like moment, you just have those where you're like, what is, like, it just feels like there's something bigger at play. But my husband and I had binge watched 2 seasons of Search Party in 3 days. And we just laughed and laughed and laughed. And I was like telling everybody, and I was really late to the Search Party. And I said to everybody, like, this is the funniest show. This is the funniest show. You got to watch the show. And just in that moment, I got an email from one of the producers that said, we want you to come do an arc on the season 3. And I was like, what? This is like, what are the chances? That's crazy, Yeah. Fun stories. There's a lot of disappointment in this business too. It's not all roses. But I gave you this rose.
Oh, thank you. So you play the title character's mom in the series Wayne, and my family and I binged watched that in like 2 days. So
get out. It's so romantic, isn't it? So romantic and violent and crazy.
And funny. Yeah.
And funny. Yeah, and funny.
Yeah. So we had so much fun binge watching it. What was your favorite part about working on that show?
I got to be a blonde. That was fun. I got to use my Boston accent, which was also really fun for me. The writing is really, Sean Jovi is one of the writers on that show, and Kirk, who plays my husband on the show, is the other writer on the show.
Oh.
Yeah, and they are. Do you know what a mensch is? Have you heard the word? Yeah, they're mensches. They're like good guys, just like really good guys, and so they made working there just feel like such a joy and a dream, and you felt really, you felt like free to play and free to try stuff, and because there's kind of like no limits on that show. It's really out there. So it was, and my character was such a hot mess too. So it was like I don't know. She's just is what she is. She's got yeah.
Yeah. So you're really busy because you're also in the Unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
And that also has such a great cast. Do you have any fun stories from the set?
Let's see. Now we're shooting during COVID, so it's like during this pandemic. So it's very different than it was last season. Like last season, you're just like eating a piece of pizza and wiping your face and then walking in and doing your scene and having a laugh and hugging and touching and everybody. And now it's very hermetic. It's like very, there's no eating on set, which is really partly why I went into this business, because, the food, just the nonstop buffet. But so that's gone. But luckily I love what I do. So I mean, I don't know if there's like a specific story. Rob Corddry, who plays my husband on it, he and I worked together a few times. So we have a real fun rapport, and I just like to like kind of mess with him a lot. I don't know. I just like to, I do break character a lot just to see what he'll do, like his reaction to stuff, just sort of try to surprise him and keep it fresh. I'll just like start swearing at him and berating him and things they could never use on television just to see what he does. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any like crazy stories, like I never put a live lobster in anyone's bed or anything like that,
Yeah.
Maybe I will. Or maybe that'll happen this season. No, the cast is so good. Walton Goggins, Mylan Robinson, Omar Benson Miller. They're all really nice people and just really warm, lovely people. We get along great. So no drama, no fun stories. Yeah. No tantrums, no nothing.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very, very pleasant place to work.
Yeah. So have you had a favorite project or character you've played?
And I think is, you sort of like your most precious, most happy job is sometimes your first one because like everything is so new and exciting. And so New Adventures of Old Christine was really my first kind of big foray into multi-camera. And I loved it so much because it's the live audience, that's what I really would feed off of is the laughter and the energy that just having like people in the chairs, like experiencing it in real time with you. Cause I come from a theater background. So it was like, it was like putting on a little show, literally. And then it would get broadcast out to millions of people. But that wasn't the exciting part for me. For me, it was just like that relationship that you have, with just making people laugh. It's in hearing it, so it was fun.
Oh, cool. So what personality trait has gotten you in the most trouble?
That's such a great question. My honesty, my brutal, no holds barred honesty. I wish I had a poker face. I wish I could lie, but my face doesn't do it. Like if I really, if I eat something that I don't like the taste of, it's like, oh, this is really good. I can't lie. It hurt. I don't know why. I would almost rather live with the consequences of potentially making somebody a little uncomfortable than live with the consequences of lying to somebody's face, Yeah. So it's not a great trait. I'm not recommending it for you or your listeners. I kind of wish I wasn't like this, but maybe it's what makes me a decent actor. I don't know.
Yeah, my mom and then my sister and I are like that too. We
really?
lie. So yeah, we're actually very happy about that. So
yeah. It's like, especially somebody has like a new partner or something and you just don't see it. You're like, this is not going to last. And and you're just like, don't just hide it better.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So if your life was a movie, who would narrate it?
It'd be so funny if like Grover from Sesame Street did. Michaela woke up this morning. She was very, very tired. She had big bags under her eyes. She didn't drink enough water and she was very dehydrated. That would be great.
I like that answer. So what song would be on the soundtrack to your life?
There's this, let's see. That's such a fun question. I want to get it right, because it's such a good, because it's such a fun question to think about. Do you have one for you? Like, what if I asked you?
Okay. Oh, I don't know. There's a lot right now. Okay, now I think I gotta look at my Spotify really fast. So,
I think this is kind of a real, like, I'm sure a lot of people think oh, play this song, after I'm gone. It's like that one, I Did It My Way. Do you know that song? It's a Frank Sinatra song, and it's really inspiring and exhilarating. But he's basically says he didn't do everything right, but he did it his way. He did it. I did it my way.
Okay, I think I have heard that song.
Well, I have a feeling. Do you like rom-coms? Are you into those? Yeah, they play those a lot. They play that song a lot. It's like a good montage song.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time picking something.
I know. I'm so curious what it's going to be. Who's your favorite? Who are you listening to right now? Who's your favorite artist right now?
Asher Angel and Ben Platt.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Did you see his Broadway show? What's it called? Dear Evan Hansen. Yeah.
No, we wanted to, but we couldn't see it.
I sat in the very last row, and even from the nosebleed seat where everybody was this big on stage, it was really moving. Very good. He's so good.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah.
He's in that show, The Politician, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. I think also there's, we watched over the weekend, the movie Words on Bathroom Walls. And I am completely obsessed with that movie, so I've been listening to all the music. So
wait, what's this movie? I got to write it down. What's it called?
It's Words on Bathroom Walls.
Words. Oh, Words on Bathroom Walls.
Yeah. It's actually with Walton Goggins.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and I bought the book the day after we watched it.
Oh, wow.
So,
who's in it?
Yeah.
Besides Walton.
No.
Walton stars on The Unicorn. He's the unicorn for anyone who doesn't know who Walton is.
Yeah. Now I'm forgetting all their names. There's Charlie Plummer and Taylor Russell and Anna Sophia Robb, and now I'm forgetting everyone else's names. But
well, I'm going to check it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know what song you should pick. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. The day after we watched it, I took my mom's phone. I was like, I gotta buy the book. I gotta read this book. So. Have you discovered any special talents or hobbies during quarantine?
Yes. Thank you for asking me this question. I have many answers. The first couple of months I was real down and, kind of had panic attacks just because it was just such a new normal. And then they subsided, and then I started to have fun. Because I was like, I can't change this, and I'm very, very, very fortunate that I'm okay. I'm okay right now. For some people, this is super challenging, and the good Lord willing, I get to be okay. I know I'm going back to work. Hopefully, I didn't totally know. We kept pushing and pushing and pushing, but I was like, I'm okay. So then I started to have fun. And then I take guitar lessons. I take singing lessons. I started gardening and growing vegetables. And I started filling little beds with dirt and planting seeds and watching them grow and then picking them and then cooking with, I made zucchini bread, zucchini soup, zucchini necklaces, zucchini pasta. I say necklaces because I just done anything you could do with zucchini. I was doing it. And then here's the other thing. Are you into, I have them all over the house here. Are you into crystals at all? Those really beautiful little shiny rocks and everything. Yeah. So I got really interested in those because some people believe that they have like healing properties and like different kinds of energies that, put you in a good mood and like, or make you very intuitive and, or help with creativity and things like that, that it opens sort of like some energy centers. It's real woo woo. It's real woo woo. Okay. I'm just going to put it out there, but it's fun. It's a hobby. It's like astrology. You know what I mean? I'm sure you read your horoscope in the back of the magazines, and so it's like that. And so I started doing meditations with those, and they were very relaxing and very, I don't know, kind of transformative in a way. It's like, it kind of took the place of like this, our brains kind of go like on a hamster wheel, and just like are constantly downloading information that it can make you very obsessive or stressed out. And there's something great about meditation that just sort of clears all that away. And then you're just not overwhelmed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But singing and playing guitar has been really a joy.
Oh, cool.
I'm really bad.
When this whole thing first started and quarantine happened, and I was like having basically every morning I'd wake up and for like 1 second I would forget everything that was going on, but it was just like 1 second, and everything would come back, and I just feel like this panic. So I mostly what I watched for like those first couple months was every morning I'd go downstairs and watch one of John Mulaney's stand-ups on Netflix.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the power of that. It's so healing. And that's what I was going to say is like, because like, I don't know why our minds just want to attach to the worst ideas sometimes, and what meditation does, it takes that little second that you were just describing where you felt like free of that, and it stretches it longer than a second, and so it's just kind of, if you have a meditative practice kind of thing, it's something that like this feeling that you can keep coming back to, and so it keeps the stress like at a manageable place so that you can function and actually just like live and appreciate these what's the present, what's actually happening, which is like, oh, we're out of dog food. Because I mean, you've been through a lot. You're 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like it's our minds just want to go, and so just breathing and meditate, whatever, listening to comedy, watching movies, things like that just can transport you from this, like the hamster wheel, I call it, Yeah.
Yeah.
John Mulaney, though, he is.
Yeah, my
the
favorite.
smartest.
Yeah, my favorite. Like they're all so funny. My favorite stand-up special that he has is the Kid Gorgeous. Because that whole thing about, he has this bit that's street smarts, and it's just the funniest thing.
It's so good. He's so good. And he's always been like that. He's like he doesn't feel like he's of this era, right? He doesn't even feel like he's sort of timeless. Like he could be from the 1940s or whatever, He's like amazing.
Yeah. So my last question for you is, who do you consider to be a real life superhero and why?
So many people. I think, honestly, the real life superheroes are the people who, during this pandemic, are suiting up every single day and going to work despite like knowing that they have to probably separate from their families and day in, day out, going in, and, anybody from, frontline workers out there, EMTs and things like that, but firefighters, whoever is just out there, hospital workers, everybody, the whole staff at the children's hospital there, to me, because there's just no break, all the way down to like everybody stocking the shelves at the grocery store and, making sure that the things are being manufactured that we need to use daily, like these masks, these KN95s and things like that. It's just these essential workers, essentially, who just are tirelessly going in and taking care of everybody in our country. That to me is real life superheroes. That it's just, they don't know when it's going to end necessarily, and yet showing up every single day, and I'm just so grateful.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for, you and just, bringing this show to everybody there and how diligently you do it and how committed you are. I mean, when I was 18, I would be like, oh, this is fun. I'm bored of it already. I just think I'm grateful for you. So, yeah.
Thank you. Well, I'm grateful for you. I had the best time talking to you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Michaela, thanks so much for your time. We hope you have a happy and safe Thanksgiving holiday, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. I will certainly try.
Excellent.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yay. All right. Next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll all hang out together next year. How's that?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Be well and have a safe Thanksgiving, please.
Thanks, Michaela.
You too.
Thanks for talking.
Bye.
Bye-bye.